Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of collaging and creating some cards or journaling cards. I'm not really sure what these are going to be when I get done, but I haven't tried this. I mean, I've tried collaging and I've made journaling cards before, but I have an idea and I haven't tried these yet, but I'm going to give it a try. So what I've done is I've just printed out some digitals and I've just printed it onto normal copy paper. I'm going to see how that will do. And then I've printed out some cardstock with some focal points for my cards. And so it's been about, oh gosh, it's been over a month. It's been probably over 40 days since I have filmed a video. Well, since I have put a video on my channel. Since I have filmed, it's probably been way longer than that, because when I filmed it, when I put the video out, it was edited and everything. So it had been created probably the month before that. So it has been a while. So I thought, just to get back in the groove of crafting and chatting with you all, I would just do a little bit of collage first, and then we'll turn them into some cards. I want to get started on the Christmas journal, so these may be for my Christmas journal. I don't know yet. I also thought they may make neat cards too to, send out. So I will see when I get done how I like them, and maybe you can help me decide too in the comments if we should use them as cards or journaling cards. We'll see what they turn out like. We have no idea yet. So what I've done here, in case you're new to collaging, I have, I'm just tearing my paper, but I've just got 2 old book pages here, and I'm just connecting them with the pieces of paper that I am collaging with. And then, like I said, I've printed out some digitals onto some just regular copy paper. And what I'm going, and I use a laser printer is what I use. So inkjet, I think the ink will run. So you have to be careful about getting it wet. Laser does not run. So I'm just using some of this Stampede craft glue, but you can use your Barely Art glue, your Tombow glue, which mine's really icky. It's got glue on it, but Tombow glue, you can use your art glitter glue. I just wanted to use this one today that you paint on. I just was not in the mood to sit and squeeze the bottle. So I wasn't in the mood to, sorry, I had an interruption. I had to start back. So I wasn't in the mood to just sit and squeeze the glue bottle, but I may if I find that I don't like using this one for this. But I've got this glue and it's getting old, and I probably need to go and use it up. I know that it kind of dried up. I think this is the one, and I had to add a little water to it. I may be telling you wrong. It may have been a different one. I've had a lot of your mixed media stuff does dry up, so you have to be really careful how long you keep it. So I'm just going to do, I might be doing these too big too for what I wanted to do. So we may have to start making them a little smaller. And these digitals are just digitals I printed from Creative Fabrica. So I will link to them below. And so if you need help knowing how to print just regular digitals like that, since they're not PDFs, just let me know and I can do a little video on how I printed these. So what I did was, I think these were more like a, excuse me, more like a 12 by 12 size. So what I did though was I just went in and selected print and just printed it onto portrait size paper. And that is some of them. And then some of these I already had printed out from, like the one I'm working with right now. So the ones I printed out today or this weekend, I actually tried to start this yesterday, but it's too noisy at my house. These are the ones that I printed out this week. So these are some that I printed out last year or the year before. I just went through some of my Christmas containers and found these, and so I'm using them as well. But I will try to see. I'm pretty sure they're from Creative Fabrica as well. If not, I'll try to put, tell where they're from if I can figure it out. So I do also have some music sheets that I'm going to be collaging with as well. And this glue might be just a little bit too messy for this. I may have to switch over to my glue bottles. Just want to do a variety of papers onto the background here. Oops, but it doesn't matter. We're tearing them anyway. But I kind of want like a sort of straight lines when you tear, not all over the place, or I would have just been tearing by hand, but I'm trying to use my ruler to get some of the straighter lines. You will hear some noise in the background. My kitten is playing, and I have a new kitten. So in the last, I guess, month and a half, 2 months since I've actually filmed, I honestly don't know where the time has went or where I've been, because I would love to be able to say I did some exciting things and that's why I was away, but really no, I have just been busy with life. I haven't really done any. I have been crafting behind the scenes, but just here and there a few things. And I've done a few lives on LV Handcrafted's channel, Lynn's channel. I've, been on there making cards for World Card Making Day, and then I was live on there doing the mystery card challenge. So I've been doing some crafting, but I just have not been on my channel. I've posted some things on Instagram. I had a little reel that I posted of a card I made, but I haven't been doing as much crafting as I used to. And so I'm just trying to get back in the groove of filming and crafting. And so in that time I've been away, I don't know what, let me see, what all has went on. We've kind of just been, my son started back to school, so we've kind of been focusing on that. I was trying to focus on my Etsy shop some, adding some videos to, so Etsy, when you, it was my jewelry shop, but when you have a listing, they like for you to have videos to show it. So I did work on that one week, just adding videos to a bunch of my leather bracelet listings, but that's as far as I got. I did not get far on that as well. And so then I've just been busy with life, keeping house, doing school with my son, and let's see. We did go, we have done some Halloween and fall things. We went to a corn maze. So he's 16 now, and when he was younger, we had went to corn mazes, but we hadn't been in years, and so he doesn't even remember going because he was so little. His other brothers were older. So he wanted to try a corn maze, so we went to a corn maze. We had a lot of fun with that. I realized that I am not as young as I once was, walking all that distance. I was looking for, I'm really getting glue on this. I was looking for a glue book, but I don't see my glue book. But I did realize I'm not as young as I once was, or maybe I just really need to get out and exercise just a bit more, because that was pretty rough on me. I just grabbed a book page that maybe I can lay this on to add the glue to it, so I'm not getting it all over my back of my collage here, because it's going to start getting all icky, which it already is. So yeah, the corn maze was fun though. We had a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun little things there to do as well. And then let's see, what else have I done? My son's taking some classes, so I've been driving him to those. So been working in my Etsy shop, my jewelry and leather shop. Been working on those shops. And I've been, let's see, I got a new kitten. So I got a new kitten probably about maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. I can't remember. He was very little. I don't normally adopt kittens that are young. I try to get older ones, but this one was adorable, and he was just the color that I wanted. So we got him. So he's been a handful though. I had forgotten how much work a kitten is. It's a lot to keep up with. And I have another cat in the house, and so she's not old, but she's a couple of years old. But they've been getting along really well. They're over on the floor playing together right now, and so that's what you'll probably hear them flopping around. But he has been getting into the adult cat food. And I thought that would be okay, but then he started getting stomach issues, and so I realized that's not okay. So I've had to monitor him, what he's eating. So it's really hard because a cat you can't put it up high like you can for a dog, to keep away from it. So he can climb and get wherever he wants to now. So when I got him, he was 2 months, maybe 2.5 months. He's almost 4 months now. But no, he was, gosh, I can't, maybe he was 2 months, 3 weeks. So now he will be 4 months this upcoming week, I think. So, so he can climb, he can get into it. So it's like I can't put it out of his reach. So I'm just having to put it away, the adult cat food. So what I'm doing is which is taking a lot more work. He can't just run around. I put him in a little crate with a litter box and everything and blanket, and during the day some, so that I can bring out the adult cat food so my older cat can eat. Then when I let him out, I bring out the kitten food, but then she eats the kitten food. So I have to watch and make sure he's getting enough food. So yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot more work than I realized it was going to be. So, but he is precious, but this phase will just be for a little while and then he'll outgrow it. Right now he's also teething. Oops, I pulled the, not sure that's going to work. But he's also, I'm not going to use that one because it did pull the ink off. Let me fold this. But he is teething, so now I'm having to watch that he don't get into wires, you know, chew any wires. So yeah, it's a lot of work. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I don't know really where my time went. But it's been nice to take a little break. I do, you know, I love filming, but at times it does get a little stressful because, you know, then I overthink everything. And so I don't know, I overthink what I'm doing or what, you know, if my videos, once I edit them and things, I'll overthink them. Are they good enough? I do have some videos I made and never put them out recently. Well, I didn't make them recently, but I made them back when I was making the Halloween videos, and I don't know, I second guess myself, are they good enough? So I did have those made, but just never published them and didn't voice over. That's one of the things too, is taking the time. So this one, I'm not voiceover, I'm just talking and crafting. But some things that you make just take so long that I find it hard to just talk and craft because I don't know that anybody wants to watch that long a video. Nobody's probably still watching now that I think of it, because I'm just chatting and crafting. So, but you know, people don't like to watch a long video. So I try to edit some of that out, but then that's what takes so long too, is editing and voiceovering. So sometimes I film stuff, but then I don't ever publish it because I never take the time to just edit it and voice over it. So I know that sounds horrible, but that's just how it is. And I'm just kind of random when I make my collages. I don't work in a certain pattern. I just, whatever hits me where I want to put something, then I put it there. But keep in mind, if you're doing a collage, don't stress it too much. Don't overanalyze it. Here I am talking about I analyze my videos, but when I'm crafting, I'm a little bit different with my crafts, but my videos I'm conscious of. But don't overanalyze where you're putting everything, because you are going to cut this into smaller pieces, so it's not going to matter as much. This glue, I'm smearing it some. I think I'm going to have to wash my fingers, but I may switch to the glue bottle because I think this is messier today, and this is not what I don't want to be this messy. So I'm just going to set that aside for now, and I'll wash my brush in a few minutes. And let's just see if this is, because I am getting all this glue on my fingers, and that's horrible. Try to rub it off now and see if we can do a little bit better. So I think I will just use I think this one came from, what bottle did it come from? It's Art Glitter Glue today, so that's what this one is. I kind of go back and forth between Art Glitter Glue and Barely Art Glue. I think I haven't had any Barely Art Glue for a little bit now. I'm just using up what I had, because I did have several different kinds, and then when I refilled, I would just refill with something, you know, whichever one I grabbed. But I think I've used all my Barely Art Glue up. So let's just add some of this plaid. All this it's not neutral, but it's, what am I trying to say? It's more of a, could go with any style Christmas journal if I did decide to create and use these in my journal. So that's why I kind of went with these plaids, because I didn't want to have a certain theme papers, because I am, you know, planning on, I don't know if I will use these as Christmas cards or if I will. You'll probably know by now if I use them as Christmas cards or not, because I'll probably put it in the title once I decide what I'm doing with them. But until then, you know, while I'm creating, I have no idea. So, and if I'm going to craft and create, then I can't like tell you in advance, because sometimes I do know what I'm making, but this one, it's kind of random, kind of like, well, I had an idea, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So we will see. Okay. I may not have chose enough different papers, because it all is, I try not to like let any of the same style papers touch. So that does make it a little difficult if you don't have enough papers, different papers. But I wanted to use music sheet because I was thinking these may be cards that either I send in packages or even send to people as Christmas cards. And if it is, then I don't want random words on it. In the journal, in a junk journal, I think it's a little different because even if I make a journal to sell, people who buy journals know that you're just using random papers and things. But if you send a card to somebody who's not a crafter, I was thinking if it just had random words on it, they're going to be a little confused. So I decided maybe I should use music sheet instead of anything with words. And I thought about looking for Christmas music sheet, but I just really wanted to start this project and I didn't want to dig out so much, go digging, because I have to go digging to find the Christmas stuff because I don't leave my Christmas stuff out. Most of it is not left out year round. And I do have, I pulled out my Christmas stamps and some of my Christmas papers. And I've pulled out, let's see, Christmas dies. I've pulled some of those out to be working with because I'm making cards for Christmas and I am well, I'm going to do a journal and stuff, and I love using Christmas dies and Christmas stamps. So I have pulled all of those out, but I'm just looking here which paper I want to use. I've pulled those out to start crafting with, but I haven't pulled out I have some music books that have Christmas music. I haven't pulled those out, and I got to figure out where I put those. I don't always keep, so I keep things together in themes, like books go together and the old books that I'm going to use, they go together, and then, stamps are in one spot and different things are, in my craft room, but, glue's in one spot. I got glue all over that one. But one thing I do is I do separate out like Halloween and fall and Christmas stuff from the rest of the stuff. If it's really, now if it can be used different times of year, I don't separate it out. But say it's, if it's a Santa Claus or something like that, then I'm going to separate it out and put it, like if it's a Santa Claus die, then it's going to go with my Christmas dies. And I will put that up where it's not easy to reach most of the year because I'm not going to use it most of the time. And so that keeps room, down below where I can reach for stuff that I'm going to use year round. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm probably just rambling on today, but that's just the fun about collaging. You really don't have to think about it, so you're able to sit and talk. And so that's why I thought, well, this would be a good project to get started back into crafting. I'm trying to decide. I'm liking all the colors on here, but I'm wondering if I need something a bit more solid to go in between some of these plaids instead of having so many plaids together. Let me look in my Christmas bag real quick. Got this bag of junk journal things from Christmas past, where I have made, would that be the right color? Maybe. Where I have made journals and different things. So I thought I would just go through those as well. That's where I pulled some of the other plaids out from. There's another plaid that I had in there. Just looking for the scraps too, though, because the scraps could be good to journal with, to collage with. Okay, let's see. I'm going to hold that one aside. I think we'll try just a little. This is not, I call this a solid. It's not completely solid, but you can see that it's a mainly red background with just a little bit of Christmas on it. And that actually may break some of this up some too, so we don't have just all plaids together. Even though they're different plaids, I don't want, so many plaids just touching. It may not look good. We'll see. That may just stick out too. I'm not like a sore thumb. I have no idea, but we'll see how it does. And we can always cover it up if we don't like it. That's the thing. If you collage it and then when you cut it apart, if you don't like it, you can't always go back and just add another paper, because collage, it's collage. So you can add more to it. I don't really like the white edges showing on these, but it probably won't be a big deal once we once we cut this up and start adding decoration to it. That's looking good to add that throughout. My tearing is horrible today. I think it is time to get back in the groove of crafting. I haven't collaged in a long, long time. And if you know, if you've been on my channel anytime, you know that I love collaging. I think that is just so relaxing and so much fun. And collaging is something that you can sit and do while listening to music or watching TV, which you have to look down some, but you can while you're listening to the TV. You know, I don't really watch TV, so I know some people do and they craft while watching TV, but I don't. I don't watch TV on a regular basis, though. Even when I'm not crafting, it's rare for me to watch TV, but occasionally I will, you know, watch a movie with my kids or my husband, but it's really rare. And it's not that I have anything against TV. It's just that I used to watch TV all the time, and my kids are little, and we used to watch movies and watch different cartoons and different things and different shows. We had our shows that we watched in the evenings, but I just don't anymore. I think YouTube, though, I watch a lot of YouTube, and so I think that's kind of the place of it. I'm going to tear these up. So this paper, I'm realizing when I'm tearing it, is not copy paper. This one's from, like I said, I got that bag from several years ago. Or, I don't know if it was last Christmas, Christmas before. Who knows? But I think it's when I made my altered book journal. And I still never finished that one. But I have videos on my channel where I started it. But I think that's what it's from. And if so, then this is like the 32-pound premium paper. That's what it feels like anyways. But I don't know which brand this was because it depends on what year. Because I've gone back and forth between brands, kind of like whatever I can get and afford off of Amazon. I don't know about you, but I'm on a budget, so I have to just craft with what I can afford. Can't spend a lot. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this one. A lot, and sometimes I'm on less of a budget than I am other times. But right now I'm on a very tight budget. But I did get me some. Well, no, I haven't ordered it yet. I thought, oh my goodness. I had considered I was going to order some paper. I haven't done it yet, though. Now that I thought about it, that reminds me. I do love Christmas crafting, and so I have been looking at some papers that I wanted to get. That's crazy that my brain thought I'd already ordered it. But it's some papers that I wanted to get to, you know, Christmas craft with, but I had put them in my cart, and I just remembered I never did order that paper. So I might get that still. I don't know. My brain thought I'd already gotten it. I think that'll go there. So we're almost done with this. So what we'll do in just a second, we'll give it a few minutes to dry, and then we'll cut it apart. So while it's drying, what I'll probably do is I will go and I like to cover all my book page up so it all is thick enough. I think I'll put another piece of red there. But what I'm going to do while this is drying is I'm going to go and cut out these, and I'll tell you about these in just a second. So those I also got off Creative Fabrica. So I can't, so I use Corel Draw to like alter the size of these downloads that I get from Creative Fabrica. But yesterday when I was downloading, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Oh my gosh, I've lost track of time. But I think it was yesterday. When I was working on this, the problem I ran into was I couldn't get my Corel Draw to open. So I just printed them straight from the where you view the files. And so what I did was I just printed them, and I printed 4 to a sheet. I chose to print 4 to a sheet, so I selected these 4. Then I, clicked print and then put 4 to a sheet. And I did the same with these. And so I love the colors in these and the images. So I thought they may be pretty on the front of these. We shall see. I don't want to put that there because that's going to be too red. So let's put this one. Yeah, it's not any over there. That's that. These plaids kind of all favor. So I'm not mixing it up like I normally do, but we'll see. Like I said, I can always add more. You can always come back. So I have done collages before. collaged it and then came back and added images and things. But I don't think I'm going to do that today. I don't think. I think I gotta put something right here where these two connect. We'll put a little bit of red because that would be perfect. But I think I'll make it smaller. So if you're still with me, following along, let me know in the comments below if you have started your Christmas crafting, or are you done with it? I thought I was starting early because it's October, but I was on the live last night and some of the ladies are actually done with their Christmas crafting. I cannot imagine. They have been really working hard. I'm just not to that point yet. I mean, I just got started, in other words. I've just started. This is my second project, my first project, and haven't even finished it. I'm working on some Christmas cards, and I hope to, now that video, I'll just voice over it because it's a pretty long project, but I think it's going to be neat to share with you the cards that I created. I'm just going to add this piece here. Oops. And, you know, I'm remembering that most of my collages recently have been very neutral, or this year have been very neutral collages. So this is really brighter than, you know, I should have probably found different music sheets so that I had different colors of book page. Well, I think this one's a lot brighter than what I typically do. But it is Christmas. I think that's what I like about Christmas. You're kind of free to just brighten things up. And you know what? If we need to, you see this, if we start adding book pages to the front, we could make this a little bit more neutral if we need to. And I don't even know if this is going to be enough to make many cards at all, but we're going to see. It's just a good way to get back to filming and crafting and just chatting with you all. And okay, so I'm back. I have these all cut out, all 8 of them cut out. We'll see if we have enough paper here to make 8 cards. We shall see. And so I'm going to try this paper trimmer. I don't know. It's not my favorite paper trimmer, but it's smaller than the other one that I would need to use for this. So we're going to see if it cuts it. If it doesn't, then I'll get my other one out that has more of a rotary blade. Let's see here. So I think I want to square off the edges. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. And then I'm going to cut these down to 4. Let's see. Okay, so I need to think about, I have some of these that are sideways. And what are the measurements of that? That's 3.5 by 4, at least 4.25. Okay, all of my animals are getting noisy. Hold on just a second. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That direction, and then I have 5 that direction. So I only have 2, 3 that's up different directions. So so those are going to be narrow and tall. So I think I'm going to cut them like a card. I'm going to cut them at, let's see, what did these measure again? About 3.5. So I think I'm going to cut it down to 4. We'll see. I'm going to cut it to 4. Maybe we should make 1 and then cut the rest. So I'm going to cut it at 4. And then we'll cut it at, so let me trim the top off there, just to square it up. Because like this is just book pages tore out of a book, so they're probably not squared up or anything because I did tear them out. So let's see, 4, and then normally a card is 4.25 by 5.5. So I'll cut this 4 by 5.25. Let's see about that. And then we would stick this on top. Is that going to be too... you don't get to really see the collaging behind it, do you? I mean, you have the collaging, but I'm thinking I need it a little bit bigger because I may want to put a little bit of book page behind it. I don't know. Okay, I have no idea what I was talking about. I had to pause because the neighbors are target practicing, and it is scaring my little Roxy so much. Now, so I had to put her in the craft room with me, but now Maggie's in there crying because Maggie just wants to be in here with me. She's not even paying, she's not really scared of when she hears those going off, but it scares Roxy. 5.25, is that what I want to do? Yeah, 5.25, hopefully. By Let's do 4 1/4. Nope, let's do 4. We'll make it work. Let's see what that would be. Let's do 4 1/4. Let's try 4 1/4 and see for those, because then we'll just put them on top there. But I'm thinking I do want. Okay, so we had a bit of an interruption, but what I'm doing is I'm just cutting these down, most of them to 4 1/4 by 5. Let's see. Let me say that again. 4. This one's 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. This one is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this one is 5 1/2 by 4. We're going to leave that for now. We can always trim it down if we need to trim it down. This one, let's do, kind of make them just card size, like I said, but this one might need, did I even this one up? I'm not sure. Seems a little crooked. I probably tried to, but I cut so crooked all the time. So let's make this one, how wide is it? It's 5 1/4, so let's make it by 4. And then it looks like we'll have a tag for one of our journals. And then I'm going to square that up real quick. And let's see. So we have going that direction. It really doesn't matter because when you turn it, you can't really tell, but I've got 1, 2, 3 of those, and then I have, we're not going to have enough to make, we're not going to have enough to make, we'll do 5 1/4, to make all 8 of these, but we will be able to make some of them, so we'll see what we get done. I don't even know what size book pages I was using, so I don't know how many I could have got out of this. I was just found that was actually some I already had torn out for other projects and didn't use it, so I thought let's use some of that up. So we have 2 tags, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 journaling cards. So, or Christmas cards. We'll see what they look like. So let's set this aside. So what I'm going to do is I've got some dies out, poinsettia dies. I'm going to see if these will be. I need something small though. I don't need big poinsettia, so I'm just using the smaller 2 of the flowers, and I'll show you what it is. I can link it below. It's the honeybee. It's from Honeybee Stamps. I got these several years ago, so I don't even know if they keep the same stuff in stock or not. I ordered these not through Honeybee, but through a different website. So I'll have to see if these are still even available. So I thought I would show you though, just in case you are new to die cutting. I'm so sorry. This video is going to be a hot mess. The kittens and the dogs are just crazy today. So here's the 2 little poinsettias. You're supposed to have, it's supposed to make actually pretty good size ones. Let me pull it over here. I can't pull the whole thing right now, but so you got pretty good size ones. You layer them up, and I'm going to try to layer up the smaller ones just to get a little bit of decoration onto my cards. And I did cut out a few of these little dots. Okay. Now I'm trying to see where I put the die. Oh, it's over here. Okay. So if you can see my desk, it has gone crazy here because I'm trying to put everything on it to keep the kitten away. So I'll show you again. I'm just putting the poinsettias on my plate, and then you put your plate on top. So when you get one of these, and this is just for those new, if you're not new to die cutting or not interested in die cutting, then you can just fast forward to the rest of the video where I'm showing you how to create these if you want to, if this is boring to you. But I thought I would just show, because some people ask me what this new to crafting, what die cutting machines are. So this is just a manual one. So it comes with different plates and stuff, and it tells you on the plate how to layer it up for each thing that you're cutting. Now I bought this extra from Scrappiness.com, this base piece, but it comes with a base piece if you want to use that instead. And then you have your top plate that you put on, and then you run it through your machine. And so like this one is just, you run your dies through. Let me put it over here. So I'm using the Spellbinders Platinum 6, and I think they've come out with some new ones since then. I bought this one last Christmas on one of the Christmas specials. So if you are looking for a die cutting machine, be sure to check out the specials, because we're getting ready to go into all the holiday sales, so that would be the time to look for one. And I will put links below to everything that I'm using if I can find them, the items that I'm using. And I am affiliate with Spellbinders now. So if you use that link, that helps out my channel. But now I bought all this. They did not give this to me. Just by being an affiliate doesn't mean that, you know, we receive free product. What it means is, you know, I can use a link and make a little bit of commission off of that link if you shop through that link. But it doesn't cost you anything extra. And it's just a little bit that I make anyway. So it's really not that big a deal. But I wanted to share it. I try to share my affiliate links just to help out my channel as much as I can. So I've got... This is going to make probably 3 flowers because I'm just going to layer 2 up. And then, let's see, how many do I want to do? I think I'll cut 1 more. So I think I will cut 1 more and then I will cut out the centers for them. So here's the little piece that's supposed to be the center. So I'm going to cut that out as well. Okay, so I thought I'd show you this before I put it up because I'm getting ready to move on. So I've gone ahead and cut out the centers and I've cut out the bow. There's a little bow that comes with this kit. So I cut that out. I thought that might be cute on one. There's actually pine cones. There's all kinds of things here. There's greenery. There's this bow. I don't know where everything goes on here. But you even have these little holly leaves. Or I guess those are leaves that could go under your poinsettias. But I don't have enough room for that. So I'm just going to pile this back and put it back in its case here. And then, this is, I just buy these from scrapbook.com. That's where I actually got those to store them in. And then I have these from, oh my gosh, it's all this crafting. My table's gotten crooked. Hold on just a second. Okay, so then I've got these from Scrappiness. I don't know if that little sticker got on there. And they've got little bitty holly leaves. So I think I'm going to go with those to put on it because I don't want to cover up the pictures in my on my cards. So I want to put these in the corner. So I'm just going to get some green, see if I can find some green paper, and I'm going to cut out those as well. And this set actually has more pieces than this, but I have them on a little magnetic board because I've been using more of the pieces from this set to create some like peppermint candy, and so those pieces are not on here, but this set actually comes with more. So I'll link to everything though, so you can check it out if you're interested. So this is the little holly leaves, and I've already cut these out from the other set, but there is dots that come with this set. So when I'm die cutting, what I do is I just go through my scrap bin first to see what I have. I keep a little bin of cutoffs and things, and I just go through that first to see what I have before I take and cut up a big piece. So this is not the green that I wanted, but that was okay because I can always just add ink to it. It's already got the green base started, so then I can just add ink and deepen the color. I've got a bunch of book pages laying out that I pulled out for different things, and I don't know what it was for, and they've just piled up. So I am just using those today for underneath and just different things. So see, we can just add our green to it. You could do this with white as well, with white paper, but since it's already got some green to it, and it was just a little strip scrap that I had, I thought this would be a good start. And then I might not want it to cover so much with green, but let's just see with that green. Could have left a little lighter in the center just to add a little difference. Let's just see what it looks like if I do one. If I just do the edges. That might actually look better, and it brings in some of that darker green and tones down that brighter green a bit. I think I will just do a little bit on the center though. That might be better than that one. That's okay. Leaves on plants are all different, so they all don't have to look exactly the same. You can just change them up a bit. And I'm just going to darken that a little. I think I just added so much to the first one, and it could be where it's so small. We'll see with this small one if that's the case. Let's glue them up, and then we can see. Those have, okay, all the holes came out of those. I was going to say, those have a bunch of little holes I may need to clean out, but they fell out good. Just varies with dyes, varies with the paper you're using. And I just got that, okay. And then we can curl these up a little bit too. So I think I will just kind of stick my fingernail right there where there's a crease when you die cut. If you're new to die cutting, I know a lot of you are not new to die cutting, but just in case you are, you can see it leaves impressions on it too. So it not only die cuts, but it embosses. And so right there in the center where it's embossed a line like it's a leaf, do that to add just a little bit more dimension. And so this one's the same way. I'll show you before I start bending it. You can see the lines in it. This is a pretty die. I know some people have bought dies and they didn't do well from different companies. I've tried all types of companies, and inexpensive and expensive, and I've liked them all. So I don't know that it makes a difference. I guess it's just the design, the person who designed it and how they did it. So you do have basic dies that just cut out shapes too that are not embossed. You just have to look at when you're buying dies if it shows that it's embossed or not. Of course, not all are. Okay, so I cut some craft cardstock. It's fairly thick, to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so I can always add these to a front of a card, or I can make a larger size card and add it to the front, or I can use them as journaling cards. I want to kind of keep my options open. So, so like that is how I'm going to add them. I probably need to ink them as well as we go. And then what I want to do is figure out which one I want to go on this one. Well, I like that one. I love all those colors together. And then I'm thinking just keeping it simple, then just adding this little flower here. So I want to ink it though, and then we'll see how it goes. We may change it as we go along. Give me this little sticker. I am going to have to ink these as I go though, because I didn't ink them ahead of time, but maybe I can speed this part up. Okay, so let's just add this to our card base. So I think I'm going to have to change, if I want to use this card base this size, I am going to have to change the size of my background papers. I'm going to have to cut them all to the same size. So we will see if that works. If not, we're going to have to cover the whole base. But I was thinking as journaling cards, these would be perfect size and color. I'm trying to make sure I get that centered. Because you can write on the back. The back would be perfect to write on. So you could use this as a card too. You wouldn't even have to add it to a card base. So do it like that. So just keeping it very simple today, but just a good start back project. But this is also, everything we make doesn't have to be a really difficult project or something that's so extravagant. So I thought this would be fun today, and they have been a lot of fun. Then we'll just add this. Could add it here. I like it there. For some reason, I like it on the right-hand side, so I'm just going to add that there. And then just attach it. I mean, you could add a lot more to this if you wanted to, but I like it. Let's just set that one aside and do the next one. So I think this one's the right size paper for this. Yes. And I think it was meant to be this way. I think you could do any way that you wanted, but because it is a collage, but I'm doing it that way. Now I am today using just some old Stampin' Up ink that I have. It's called Soft Suede. They don't make it anymore, and I love this color. This is my favorite color, and I've had it for, oh my gosh, it's over 10 years. And so, at least 10 years. And so, they don't make that color anymore. I don't know how I'll get a refill, and I know it's going to get too dry eventually. But it's lasted that long, but I mainly use it for inking, but it has lasted so long. And I've looked on Stampin' Up just to see. I just used to go to the Stampin' Up parties, and so I bought them at the parties. But I looked on Stampin' Up to see what color they had that might be similar, but I'm not really sure. So if you've ever used Stampin' Up and you know make sure I told you right. Soft suede, yeah. If you know of a color that they sell now that's really close to soft suede, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to find some. I think I want to use that one, but I don't want to do all snowman in case I do decide to add this to a journal. So then I think on this side, and it's okay that it's covering those words up. I'm totally cool with that. I didn't want to cover up the picture there. So now I'm sure I told you, but I don't remember because the dogs during that time were acting up. So I did go ahead and ink all these cards around the edges when I cut them out. So I paused for that earlier, and now all the animals have gotten really quiet, but they had gotten wild. My neighbors were target practicing, and it was just scaring all the dogs. So there we go. So that's pretty. So these are really coming together fast. Oh, I only cut 4. I'm going to have to go cut more paper. But I'll pause so you all don't have to endure that. Okay, so this one's going to have to be cut down. I'm having to dig out my paper trimmer. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go 5 and what did we say, 5 1/4. I just kind of estimate where 5 1/4 is on this one. It goes up to 5, but that little edge is close to 5 1/4. Doesn't have to be precise. It's not rocket science, is it? Okay, so then we're just going to add them like that. I like that. Oops, I forgot I was going to ink it. Didn't ink that one. I think they really need ink. Oh, I just dipped my green ink into my brown. Oh, I'm a mess. Okay, but they don't have to be inked, but I really love the inking around collage and things like this. And then we'll add these. And so then at the end, I'll show you all of them. They're all very simple though. And I do appreciate if you're still watching, that you joined me today and hung out with me. And I would love for you to, if you enjoyed this video, if you would hit the like button and even comment. That really helps out the videos. And I know where I've been gone off of YouTube for over a month now since I've uploaded the video. I know that it's going to be hard to get my videos seen again. Nobody may even see this. I may just be talking to myself, but hopefully some of my subscribers are anybody that's new viewing as well. Hopefully somebody does see this and enjoys this project and gets inspired to create. That's the only reason I do this, is I love sharing what I'm making and hope that it inspires you to create as well. I'm just trying to decide now what I want to put on this one. But hopefully it inspires you to create, or it just entertains you while you're watching YouTube as well. I don't know if just a bow, I hate to cover up that little guy, but that's where I feel like it needs to go, is right there, right on top of that little gingerbread. I think I will add that. I think I'm going to add a little dimension to this bow if I can. Just where the lines have, I don't know which way I want to go with it though. Where the embossing lines are, I'm just trying to bend a little just to see if I can add a little bit of something to it. I don't know which way I want to go with them though. I'm not sure that it's going to work. Maybe just fluff it up like that a little bit and then just add it. But what I was saying was I appreciate you watching, and if you like the video, but it also helps to comment, and also if you want to see more from me, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free, and really I think you can turn on the notifications or you can turn them off if you didn't want to see when I upload. But I don't upload a lot that it's going to blow up your notifications, because it's, I'm trying to decide 4 1/4 or what was it doing, 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Did I hold this up to this already? Yeah, it's going to have to be 4 by 5. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I think they are going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, just measure yours out and see. You don't have to cut them the same size either. You can make them whatever size. You can make them huge. You can make them 5 by 7s. You can make them smaller, whatever you want it to do. And now, you know, I said at the beginning I would know by the end if I was going to use these to send to people or if I was going to use them in my journal. And I absolutely love them for both. When I'm looking at them, I think they would be great to send in the mail for Christmas cards. but I also think they would be great to send, excuse me, to send in the mail as Christmas cards, but they'd also be great to put in a journal. My gosh, I can't even think today. I think they'd be great to put in a journal. So, I don't know what I'll do with them. I may hold on to them and put them in my journal. And I'm thinking of making some journals. I'm going to put that up there so I don't cover it up. Thinking about making some journals, Christmas journals to sell. I did sell one of my Halloween journals. I still have, I think there's 2 in the shop now. I think I still have 2 in the shop. But I am thinking about creating some Christmas journals to put in my shop. I want to create myself one first. I know that sounds terrible, but so I'll have one during the holidays. And then I may create some more, if I have time, create some to put in my shop. I don't know yet if I want to or not. Well, I want to if I have time or not. Okay, so I like that. You could add a lot more things to this, like lace and different things. And I considered adding lace and things. I don't know if I like it that far up, but I didn't want to cover up the Christmas market wording. And then I didn't even use these, did I? We could tuck that in underneath there. Nah, I don't like that. So we have a few more to go. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to add this one here as well. Now, is that going to be too much plaid on plaid? I like the Merry Christmas down there. Now, this one is one that just needs a small amount, so that would be, but I don't know where I would add the little holly, to be honest, because you cover up the Merry Christmas. Maybe put it there with a few of the dots. Let me find my little picker-upper. This is from Cat Scrappiness. I love this thing. It helps me to pick up all these little things that I can't seem to grasp. I think I will do it like that. So yeah. So let's glue this down. And there we go. Let me just add a little glue to this. Oops. I think I need to slide this over just a little. It ain't going to move. It's not going to move. I've already glued it down. Okay, there we go. And then just add some glue to these dots. I just got to get to pick up. There we go. I think that looks good. Let that dry because they do want to move around a bit. Set that one aside. And I'm wondering, should I ink around this part? I'm not sure yet. So I've got one more of my collage pieces, so we'll do that one, and then we will be done, and I'll show you all of them. So these came together very quickly. They would have come together faster if I didn't have to stop so much for my pets, but we're not going to complain. They're all taking a nap right now. But yeah, these came together pretty quickly. And if you went ahead and had some die cuts already cut out, and that's what I'm thinking about doing. I've been making some cards, and I went ahead and for those I'm stamping some images and coloring those in, and then I am go ahead and do my die cuts. So I think if I went ahead and did die cuts, and that's something about for my Christmas journals and stuff, going ahead and cutting a bunch of different die cuts out, putting them together so that, that's wrinkled right there, so that I have some ready. So when I'm ready to decorate, I don't have to stop and die cut. But I absolutely love die cutting. So this one, oh, it can be sideways because the music goes sideways. So I could put the Santa, or I really want to use this guy. I think he's adorable, and that green goes so good together. So do we want to put a flower with him? It's going to cover up the flower market, or we could put it over here with him. That's cute. Why does my brain always want to put it on the right-hand side? Is that because I'm right-handed? I don't know. Let's glue the card down, and then we'll make a decision as far as the poinsettia. Poinsettia. I'm not sure the correct way to say it. It's spelled poinsettia, isn't it? So maybe I say it wrong when I say poinsettia. It's just a fast way of saying it. So we could do that, or we could just put this over here with him. I think that would be better to put over there so we can, it covers up a few words there. It covers up the poinsettia's word, but there we go. So let's take a look at, and we've still got 2 Santas, but these would be great to put in a journal. You could just glue it to the page and make it a pocket, or these could be journaling cards. We shall see. Probably could just add them to a card and be pretty as well. We'll see what I do with them. Always some extras. Every time we craft, we come up with some scraps, don't we? So that'll be something to figure out what to do with it. So here is the last one we created. We'll just go backwards, I guess. And then this one. I love these images. I will link to them because they are adorable. And like I said, if you have trouble knowing how to print images like this, let me know in the comments and I will be glad to do a video. Look at all that glue. I probably should go wash my hands before finishing up, but let me know in the comments below and I'll be glad to try to do a screen record and show you how I do it. So that's that one. And then we have the gingerbread one. And I'm really into gingerbreads this year. When you see the cards that I'm creating, you'll see I'm really excited about gingerbreads. And I got a new gingerbread stamp set. And there's the Santa one. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed watching me create these. I hope that you will be inspired to create some yourself or just to enjoy a day of crafting. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Bye.